Morning, my fishy friends. Me and my puppy Chloe decided we were going to do a little video this morning. I wanted to touch on a subject that was just brought to the front of my brain after watching a YouTube video. Had nothing to do with aquariums. I love YouTube. I love watching shooting shows or shooting podcasts, listening to podcasts. I'd honestly rather do that than watch TV. But all that being said, I'm still in wake up mode, drinking this delicious cup of coffee I made this morning. And somebody touched on a subject on as far as, because everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of you may know I've been doing the ketogenics diet now for probably 2 months, 2.5 months, I guess we're reaching into, and been very happy with it. But you know, in the realm of this particular way of eating, there's so much information out there. And before I got invested in it, I read several books by actual doctors that had all the research. They had data. They had data that's been gathered over decades and decades, that they were able to put this research into play to come up with some answers to these questions. Anyway, you always have another group of peoples that always want to take something to the very extreme. Of course, you got the other side of the coin where people don't want to do things right either. But the extreme part is what I want to focus on. And the extreme part is, you need to eat grass-fed beef. You need to have free-range eggs. What else do they say? You gotta, nothing but whole foods, yada yada yada, and all that stuff just costs more money. So you're wondering, why is Gerwin talking about this? What does this do or have to do with my aquarium and my fish hobby? Because they sort of parallel each other. We have the same thing happen in our hobby too. I don't know what we want to call them, fish snobs, what have you, but we have an excellent group of peoples that are out there on the internet, I'm quite sure, and even locally, that it's like, if you don't have this brand of light, or you don't have this controller, or if you're not using this salt, then you're just set up for failure. Your tank can never be awesome. Your tank can never be beautiful. Just like on that ketogenic side, if you're not eating these foods and doing these things, well, you'll never achieve the success that you're looking for. You'll never be as healthy as you could be. But in reality, if you're doing the diet and sticking to the concept of it and doing it intelligently, then whatever you're doing is so much better than what you were doing before. As in, I'm not eating Snickers bars, I'm not snacking on chips, I'm not doing all those things. Yes, I am going to Walmart and I am buying, whatever meat they have. I'm eating that. I was doing that already. So basically, I'm just doing what I was always doing. I just cut out a whole bunch of other stuff. Now we take that to the aquarium side. Look, you can't afford a Radion light. Man, that's no problem. That should not stop you from doing a reef tank. You can't afford an aqua illumination light, a little bit down, that's fine too. If all we can muster up is some of the Fluval lights or current lights or some other lighting that is, entry level reef lighting, not just because it says LED, but something that we all are confident, I'm confident in selling you, knowing that it's going to keep stuff alive, then that's good enough. We can work through that. I mean, that's still so much better than what you had before. So you don't have to drop huge coin. If you can't afford Red Sea Pro or Salinity Salt, that's not a deal breaker. There's hundreds of thousands of people with reef tanks that have Instant Ocean reef crystals. We can do it. If you can't afford a sump, all we can do is put one of my favorite aqua clear filters on the back or a good canister filter below. That's fine. If we can't do a protein skimmer right now, that's fine. None of those are like it's done, that you don't stand a chance in hell. If you're willing to put in the effort, if you're willing to put in what's needed and be disciplined, you can have a beautiful fish tank. Yeah, there's some things you might not be able to keep, or maybe you can keep them and they just don't color up quite as well. But you can do it, and you can have a beautiful aquarium, and it's something you can be proud of. And it's something that, maybe down the road, if you still interest a hobby and the money's right, and you can upgrade aquariums, or you can upgrade filtration, or you can upgrade lighting. I mean, there's a path to go that way, because at the end of the day, it's a hobby. And if there's one thing I figured out in my life about hobbies, they just tend to cost money. But it's the kind of money we don't mind spending. When our car breaks down, that's money we all mind spending. But when it's something that we enjoy doing and gives us peace and relaxation, that's monies that we can enjoy spending, and we want to spend it, because life is more than just working 50, 60 hours a week, 2 jobs, coming home, taking care of kids. You got to have that break time, whether it's an aquarium, whether it's photography, husbandry. Doesn't matter. It's something that you enjoy doing, and it brings you satisfaction. That's what hobbies are about. And yes, they're going to cost money, but we don't always have to go to 100. We can be at 50, and we can still enjoy the hobby, and we can still have beautiful things. So I know I'm a little all over the place on that subject, but I was watching some information on the diet that I'm doing, and it's just all over the place. And it just gets to you that some people are so, oh, well, you're not doing it this way, you're not eating this food, you're not getting grass-fed beef, you're not getting grass-fed chicken. Is that better? Oh, no doubt. Is everything organic better? I'm sure it is. And when I can do it, I do it. But I'm not killing myself to go drive some ungodly distance to find certain things that I'm being told I have to have, when the results I'm getting are quite clear and I'm quite satisfied. So anyway, for whatever it is, I hope that somehow anybody out there that doesn't feel like they can do it because they can't afford a certain level of equipment, or they've read or hear that you have to have this. No, it's just not true. It just isn't. We can do awesome things. And I try hard to put videos up showing you aquariums that do not have high-tech stuff, that are fantastic, beautiful, and in beautiful homes. So some people just don't want to go that route. They don't want the extra effort. So we can do it. Don't be bashful. Don't be shy. And it goes for freshwater too. Man, we can make some beautiful freshwater tanks. Even if you can't do salt now, if that's what your dream is, we can still dream about it. But, let's get that freshwater tank looking awesome. Let's decorate it awesome. And it all works. I think Chloe's ready for another nap. Me, I'm ready to go to work, sell some fish. See you guys there. Thanks. Just fish.